Aha! I know where my storage is. I'm growing up. The ultimate source of power and food. Dinner is ready. I finally found it! The Taco Bell masterpiece! Now who's gonna stop me? Actually, is it Taco Bell or Kentucky Fried Chicken? Time to find out. On the table today, we have the Kentucky Fried Chicken from Mexico. Also known as the Hiya Toys Rodan. And boy, oh boy, do I got something to say about this spicy fella. And no, it's not just because he flew in from Mexico in a maybe a family-sized bucket, but other reasons too. Anyways, before we look at the figure, who's a bit spicy, let's look at the merch. So, the front of the box shows Rodan's poster in the background, right there. Maybe, is that the figure? Potentially, maybe it's the figure actually in the poster pose. I highly doubt that. Then you have him in 3 poses here. This pose here of him flying, this with the wings pose, and this one with basically a different angle of this pose here. On the side, on both sides, it basically does the whole Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and a picture of Rodan on both sides. Top and bottom, both just say the name of the film and maybe a tag. And then on the front, it shows this here, choking hazard, and also, we've gone through the front before. And then the back, QR code, there you go if you want to scan that. And then a bunch of all this other copyright mumbo jumbo. Now, let's take a look at Rodan himself, the fire turkey. Your Thanksgiving meal, basically. Here he is. And Hiya Toys Rodan comes with 3 accessories. 3, just like Mothra. Being a base, a flight stand, or the base of a flight stand that connects to the base, and finally a clip, a very thicker and bigger one suited for Rodan. Wish there was one for Ghidorah, but beggars can't be choosers. So, can you get this man into various poses? Yes, and I'll show you how right now. First, let's look at the stand though. The stand here comes in 3 parts. The base itself, which has 9 different holes. Then the articulatable part here, which each part, as in the Mothra review I showed, has a swivel at each base, here, and there, which gives you 5 different swivels, and each one has a hinge joint, right there. And now put it wherever you want. Like so, lift it up, like so, and then when you're ready, get this. So see this, how it's like that, it's because they move up and down to help you with getting Rodan onto his stand. So, before we do that, let's look at Rodan's posability, shall we? And boy, oh boy, it's a nice figure, I'll say that. So, Rodan's tail fin is on a ball joint, and the swivel, like so. See right there, swivel in a ball joint. His body can do an ab crunch, like so, and not much of an arcing back, I guess a little bit, but his torso is on a ball joint. His head is also on a ball joint. For the three neck parts are all on ball joints. His mouth can open and close, and unlike the other figures that have opening and closing mouths, the tongue, unfortunately, is not posable. But his head is on a swivel here. The wings can flap, because they're on ball joints, and on bendy wire. So, you can have it bending in different ways to make it look like he's hugging you. He hugged you. I want to put it in a pose where Ghidorah intervenes. Anyways, if you're wondering, how do I get this man onto his flight stand? Well, that's simple. Move this out of the way. Get the clips onto the torso in the pose you want. So just bend them like so, and then you just want to do that. See, just like so, and then do your pose. For me, I want to do potentially maybe the spinning pose, where he does the barrel roll. Let's see if I can get him into that off camera real quick. There we go. He's up in the air now. So, let's get the size comparisons now, shall we? The Burning Heisei Godzilla Piggy Bank next to the Hiya Toys Rodan from Godzilla King of Monsters. Here we have the Mattel Blue from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019 from Godzilla King of Monsters. Here we have the Playmates Godzilla Evolved from Godzilla Strong the New Empire. And then here we have the Hiya Toys Rodan from Godzilla King of Monsters. Here we have the, I think, Hasbro. Yeah, I think the Hasbro, right? Is there anywhere on it? It just says number, yeah. But I think it's the Hasbro Dilophosaurus Rex or Dilophosaurus Rex, something like that. It's a mix of the Dilophosaurus and T-Rex from the 2015 Jurassic World film next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019. Here we have a blind box Godzilla 2000. I forgot what series he's from. Next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019 from King of the Monsters. Here we have an Angry Birds plush red next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019 from King of the Monsters. My old Transformers Rescue Bots Optimus Prime next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019 from King of the Monsters. Here we have one of my Jurassic World Dominion Lego sets next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019. Here we have the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019 next to the Funko Pop Kong from GVK. The Super 7 Godzilla -1 charging figure next to the Hiya Toys Rodan 2019. Second to last size comparison, the Hiya Toys 2019 Mothra next to the Hiya Toys 2019 Rodan. If I don't sound as happy-go-lucky as I did earlier in the video, I pulled one of my arm muscles during recording, and now my arm hurts like hell. Anyways, on to our last size comparison. My next review, the Hiya Toys Godzilla 2019 next to Yeah, Hiya Toys 2019 Rodan. And if anyone forgot, maybe I didn't say it, but the last size comparison I just did before this with Mothra was my previous review. Anyways, I shall now wrap the video up. Okay, let's finish this video off. So, would I recommend this figure? Yes, for its price. Pretty good, $50 for this. Paint and detail. I would say probably a 9. 8 out of 10. The face doesn't look too accurate to the film. Looks a bit weird. I would say the NECA figure definitely did a better paint-wise. Actually, speaking of NECA, I think I actually do have this figure with me, so he's a bit worse for wear, but he definitely looks more accurate to the movie. Yeah, here he is. Good old NECA Rodan. He still has weird black stuff coming off of him, but I would say this one has definitely a more accurate paint job. Maybe brighten it up a bit more. And then yeah, you have NECA Rodan. Well, you get what I'm trying to say. This figure, paint-wise, is definitely movie accurate. Other than that, he's very fragile. You can tell by this here. He actually, his wings broke off of their hinges. They come off really easily. Very fragile. Would not recommend this figure. Yeah, see? Does give you the volcanic effect of a lot of stuff going on in my hand, but that's more a time problem, not an actual feature. But yeah, he definitely has a better sculpt, just not as good paint. And he washed my hands off of that crap. My arm. Anyways, articulation, really good. 10 out of 10, since you can actually get him into good wing poses like this. See? Like this. This is a good pose. Get him off his base. See? Like this. It is a very good pose. Since there are bendy wires in the wings. See? So I can do stuff like that, maybe have it look like as if he's landed and folded his wings up. So yeah, it's nice. Very, very nice. Accessories, it's good he comes with a stand, so you don't have to buy your own. So I'll give that a solid, I guess 5? Nah, 10 out of 10. Nah. Yeah, 10 out of 10, since you don't expect Rodan to come with much. The NECA one came with a little volcano eruption thing, like where he explodes from as the base, which I thought was cool. Maybe they could have done something like that for Rodan, but hey, whatever. What else I would say? Size, pretty decent size. Durability, he's a durable little chicken. Very durable little chicken. Posability, 10 out of 10. Better than all the Rodans I've so far seen and owned. Have not seen SH though, but for me, I definitely prefer this over the SH for price reasons. Anyways, I'm definitely going to have him in a unique pose when I display him. But I do feel a bit what's the word? Yeah, a bit controversial for the fact that Rodan here isn't my favorite, but still, if there's a Rodan I should review, let me know in the comment section below. Oops. But yeah, or a Godzilla figure I should take a look at. But oh, and by the way, the new Behemoth, I'm definitely getting that when it comes out. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be giving away my Scar King. Maybe. But I don't know if anyone will want a Scar King with glued on hands. So, if you do, let me know, because I had to glue my Scar King together since he kept falling apart. Still not a good thing with the SH Scar King. Anyways, I would definitely give this figure a solid 8.5 out of 10. The only negatives I have is the paint and probably the accuracy. The accuracy, I would say Skullfoist is good, but some paint and detail things just don't feel screen accurate. I would probably give it a 9 or an 8.5 out of 10. Probably 9 though. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you live. And peace out. See you later, alligator. Bye-bye. Oh wait, I forgot. I need to eat.
That's what I